first thing that I want you to know is, unlike your favorite film photographers, I'm not a professional, I'm an amateur. So the only saving grace these photos have is the film stock. With that out of the way, T-Max 400. It's one of the most popular 400 ISO film. It's quite versatile. It's extremely nice to shoot with. It has a lot of detail. It has tiny grains. That is all. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Don't like and subscribe yet. Watch this video and then do it. Get some free will, people. If you still want to watch, let's get right into detail. For this video, I'll be using 35mm medium format, and as a thanks to the two of you watching this video, I'll throw in 2 shots of large format. The best thing about T-Max 400 is it's 400 ISO film, so it's extremely versatile. You can even shoot it indoors without crying about all the motion blur, because you can't hold the camera straight, just like the flashlight that you can't hold straight, no matter how hard your dad yells at you. I think the best time to shoot this film is at sunset. It's kind of perfect. You can always get away with shooting this film at midday with some trick. It's using red filter, but I'll get to it later. Let's address the blue whale in the room. Kodak claims that this film stock is world's sharpest film. I don't know about world's sharpest, but this film is extremely sharp. It has like a lot of detail. I thought it might be because of the medium format, which is a bigger film format, so I took the same photo in 35mm, but damn, it's still fine as hell. This photo, I'm not a big fan of it. I should have waited for the people to be here instead of where they are. But this video ain't about my shitty photography skill. This photo shows the tonality of this film. There is no loss of detail in the highlights, in the midtones, even in shadow where like the film usually struggles, and there is like no grain. The most important thing that I want to talk about is how easy it is to shoot T-Max 400, because details, contrast, you can always adjust them in darkroom or Lightroom. Let's talk about the experience. It is extremely nice to shoot with. As at box speed, this film like slaps. It is slightly less contrasty at box speed, but the best thing about T-Max 400 is pushing it one stop to 800 ISO. You don't need any additional time in the suit. So you can shoot some photos at 400 ISO and you can shoot some photos at 800 ISO and process it the same way, and it will work. There's a lot of detail in the highlights and the shadows. There's slightly more grain, but it looks great. These are some of the photos that I didn't like as much. The last one, I think I prefer the 35mm compared to the medium format photo. My medium format roll at this point was done, so I wanted to finish my 35mm, and next day I went outside. It was extremely overcast and cloudy, I think, which was perfect for me to test this film. I put in yellow filter. The results were pretty moody and I liked them. Portraits also look great on this film. And here's a gas station photo, just to prove I'm a film photographer. Now the best trick to using this film is to use a red filter. What it does essentially is cut the blue lights, so anything that is blue will be slightly darker and anything that is red or yellow would be slightly lighter. Another thing about using red filter is that you'll have to add stops of light. So instead of shooting it at 400 ISO, they recommend adding 3 stops of light. So instead of exposing it at 400 ISO, you'll be exposing it at 200, 150 ISO. In my experiment, I think exposing it at 100 ISO, just 2 stop, or just adding 2 stops of light instead of 3 stop works. And even I think you can get away with shooting it at 200 ISO. As I mentioned earlier, 800 ISO seems to work with this film. The next part of the video, I totally forgot to change the exposure settings in my action camera, and I overexposed everything. So this is a proof that I don't just fuck up film, I can also fuck up digital. So just like your favorite Minecraft YouTuber who got full netherite armor with some off-screen mining, just trust me, I took these photos. The red filter does add a vibe to the photos. The sky looks darker, so the clouds and moon look punchier. It is very contrasty. I actually prefer the look. I think 400 ISO is perfect for this, because if it was 100 ISO, I would have to expose it at like 10 ISO or some dumb shit like that. Let's get to the most important thing about this film. It is slightly on the expensive side, I would say. Ilford HP5 is $1 less than this for 36 exposures, and I know that Kentmere 400 is $2.5-ish less. I would say those film stocks are really good as well. I've heard good things about this. This Giga Chat of the YouTuber has really good videos about these two film stocks, so yeah, go watch that. The one thing that is working extremely good for the T-Max 400 is that the grain are extremely fine, and you can like push it to 800 ISO without adding any extra time in the soup, which I actually prefer. I think it's a good 400 ISO film, and the price is, I would say, justifiable. If you shoot Kodak T-Max 400, I don't think you will hate it. I did promise 4x5 photos to the two of you watching this video, so here is two of the photos. I took this photo, a portrait, and I think it looks extremely good. Here's the same portrait in 35mm, and just the large format look is like extremely nice. Here's another photo that is a landscape that I took with a red filter on. It slaps as well. I am making a video on 4x5, so stay tuned. And if you're watching this video in the future, here is the video. If not, it's just a random video that YouTube thinks you like.